So, does owning a Lamborghini actually change the way women treat you? I've been getting this question quite a bit, and I can see why. A good 90% of the audience is male. I've owned my Lamborghini for over a year now, and I think a lot of guys have this idea that once you get your Lamborghini, suddenly your dating life completely changes. Women start chasing you, you're getting attention everywhere you go. And yes, don't get me wrong, things do change, but probably not nearly as much as you think. If anything, owning this car has taught me that there's a huge difference between getting someone's attention and actually building attraction. So here are 5 things I've noticed about how women treat you differently when you have a Lamborghini, and it's not going to be as surprising as you think. Number 1, you do get more attention, not just from women, but from everybody in general, from kids to other men to old people. But something I do want to make very clear is that it's just not from women, it's from everybody. Men, women, kids, older people, car guys especially, people who don't even know anything about cars. You pull into a gas station and people look. That's just simply the way that it goes. You're sitting at a red light and people look. You got phones pointing at you. People take pictures, people give you thumbs up, people ask you questions whenever you're stopped. And honestly, I would probably say I get more attention from men than women when I'm driving the Lamborghini. This is completely true. Guys love these things. So if you're buying a Lamborghini thinking that every woman on the street is suddenly going to be staring at you, that's really not how it works. You're driving around in something that looks like a spaceship, people are going to notice it. And that's an important distinction because sometimes they're not looking at you, they're mainly looking at the car. So yes, everyone, that is one of the things to kind of note. It's going to be the fact that you're going to get approached by more dudes compared to anything. Women, they're not going to approach you. It's still going to be the same as if you were to pull up with any other car. You might get a bit more stares at you, but again, that comes from everyone. One of the things it could help somebody do if you were out there dating is that it's easier to kind of just start up conversations, but that, again, goes for everyone. But I will say, and I'll mention it later on in the video as well, and I'll deep dive into it a little bit more. The Lamborghini kind of gets you into the door. Say, for example, you're trying to get into a job, you get the interview. That part gets easier. But depending on how you act, how your mindset is, how you yourself are as a person, during that interview is going to be what kind of pushes things to the next level or just gets you rejected once again. The Lamborghini creates opportunity, not attraction. This is probably the biggest misconception. Will having a Lamborghini give you more opportunities with women? You could say so, but opportunity and attraction are two different completely things, as mentioned. I look at it almost like a job interview. The Lamborghini might be something on your resume that's impressive enough to get you into the door, get you into the interview, but you still have to get the job. Maybe women notice the Lamborghini. Maybe she becomes curious about you. Maybe she follows you on Instagram, maybe starts talking. Maybe you even end up going on that coffee date. Well, now you're sitting across each other at Starbucks, your Lamborghini is not there, and now it's completely up to you. So from this part on is going to be where things really matter. And if you're not really kind of set up to do this, or you don't really have the skill set to kind of build connection with people you may like, then that is a skill that you're just going to have to develop on your own. But the Lamborghini is not going to do that for you. The things that really matter whenever it comes to going forward with things is going to be things like your personality, your confidence, your communication, who you are as a person, your mindset, and how you carry yourself. Whether you're actually an interesting person or not, those are the things that really determine whether attraction really develops. So if you're dating, life absolutely sucks when you're driving a Honda Civic. Your dating life can absolutely still suck whenever you're driving a Lamborghini. You might just have more opportunities to screw it up. Also, before we get to the next point, a lot of people have been asking me what exactly I did to go from my Honda Civic to a Lamborghini, how exactly I manage my finances and do investing and set myself in a position to retire in my 30s and not ever have to work ever again. I did put together my pathway as to what exactly I did. The link for that is right down below. I called it Zero to Lambo. It's been selling like crazy, so if you all wanted to check it out, the link for that is right down below, or scan this QR code here on the side. Number 3 is going to be the fact that you do have to be a little bit more careful about who you let into your life. Not just women, not just men, just people in general. And this one is actually one of the downsides, believe it or not. I've mentioned it before when talking about how people treat you differently in general. Once people see what you're posting online and they see the lifestyle, whatever it might be, you have to become a little bit more aware of why certain people are coming into your life. If you genuinely are looking for a relationship or even a genuine friendship, sometimes I think there's actually value in not leading with the Lamborghini. Say for example, before I met my beautiful girlfriend, I purposely just led with my Honda Civic. I didn't ever mention that I had a BMW M4 at the time, nor would I mention if I had a Lamborghini at the time if I already had it. I basically led with my mindset first, and that is ultimately what kind of matters the most if you really want to have a long-term successful partner in life, or even just genuine friendships along the way. Say for example, if I had my own dating profile, like if I were one of you guys that had your dating profile, I would never ever post the Lamborghini on that profile no matter what. Again, you don't want to lead with the Lamborghini. It could be a good chance that the Lamborghini could get you more matches and all that, but if you're looking for something for the long term, this is not the way you want to do it. You always want to lead with your own mindset first, your own communication first, and then that will make sure you're setting yourself up in the right path. But yes, there's a reason why I drive my Honda Civic basically every single day and then drive the Lamborghini mostly on the weekends. Having a normal life is actually valuable. I can get into the Honda Civic and basically disappear. And to some people, especially me, at times this is a beauty in disguise. A lot of times you kind of grow up being that person who's just kind of already disappeared, and then when you finally get your Lamborghini, all the attention's on you, and then you kind of go back into that mode where it's like, okay, now I got all the attention, but now I really just want to live a low-key life. When I'm driving the Civic, nobody cares, nobody's staring at me. I can go get my food, run errands, eat in my car, go to work, and just live my life and get things done. And I actually appreciate that. Now, obviously, the supercar community is different. If somebody else owns a Lamborghini, Ferrari, Porsche, McLaren, whatever, and then we meet because of the cars, then that's completely normal. They also understand the same dynamic that happens behind the scenes, and then everyone can kind of just relate to themselves. We have a common interest that brought us together. But outside that environment, if somebody suddenly becomes extremely interested after seeing the Lamborghini, and I've seen it happen quite a bit, to be honest. I'd pull up somewhere in my Honda Civic, nothing happens. I pull up in the same spot in my Lamborghini within 20 minutes of each other, and it's a complete shift in environment, dynamic, everything. So you kind of have to be smart enough to realize what exactly is going on in your situation. Because sometimes you have to ask yourself, would this person be treating me the same if I had pulled up in my Honda Civic? Number 4, most women don't care about the car as much as you think. Again, most of the attention you're going to be getting, approached, all that stuff, is strictly going to be from men, probably 95% of the time. So this one may hurt some of the car guys who actually think that the Lamborghini is going to change things dramatically. It's actually not. Most women really don't care about your Lamborghini as much as other men do, but generally guys are going to be the ones who are going to know that it's a Huracan or a Aventador SVJ, or it's a Ferrari 812, or that it's a $500,000 car versus a $250,000 car. A lot of women are just going to see, oh, that's a Lamborghini, and that is basically the end of it. General public is not going to know the difference between a Lamborghini LP580 versus a Aventador SVJ. To the general public, it's just going to be a Lamborghini and it looks cool. So honestly, depending on the woman, you might get more of a reaction walking around with a Louis Vuitton bag, because a lot of them, that's something that she actually understands and is interested in. So I dare somebody to kind of try that experiment and then watch what kind of happens. You could roll into a place with a Lamborghini, or you could roll into a place walking in with a Louis Vuitton bag that has some kind of really cool exclusiveness to it. You'll get more attention from the Louis Vuitton bag, I can almost guarantee you. That or a puppy. Honestly, this part of the video should be really funny, but a puppy is going to generate more attraction to you than a Lamborghini would. If you were somebody who kind of pulled up with a puppy, then that shows a lot more of yourself in the sense of you're able to take care of a thing. So yes, the puppy will get you more dating opportunities than a Lamborghini will. That is simply the truth. A lot of those gold digger videos that you see online, it kind of gives a wrong perception of reality. A lot of that is just staged stuff you might be seeing, so keep that in mind. Guy approaches woman, he gets rejected. Then suddenly he walks over to a Lamborghini and now she's chasing him down the street. Come on, real life does not work like that. May happen once in a blue moon, but keep in mind a lot of these videos that you see online are just completely staged. If I park my Civic on the side of the road and talk to somebody, and if I'm confident, respectful, interesting, and actually know how to communicate, that for anyone could get potentially further than somebody who's sitting there with a Lamborghini who has absolutely no idea how to talk to people. The car is just an amplifier, it's not a personality within itself. And lastly, number 5 is going to be the fact that your mindset or personality matters more than the car itself. And that's really the biggest thing I've learned from all this. The Lamborghini can increase your visibility, it can increase your social media attention, it can increase your opportunities, and yes, having something like this does communicate a certain level of success. But none of those things automatically create genuine attraction. That still comes from your mind first and how you think and how you communicate. Your confidence, your ability to read people, your ability to actually build connection with somebody. And ironically, if you don't understand those things, having money or a Lamborghini can potentially make dating even more difficult. Because now you also have to figure out, or does this person actually like me for me? Or just like me because they know the lifestyle that I can provide? Or do they like what they think comes with me? Physical objects, which is not the way to lead your life or your foot, whatever. That's why I think the best thing you could do is build yourself first. If you are somebody who can genuinely connect with people when you're driving a Honda Civic, you'll probably do a whole lot well when you add the Lamborghini on top of that. But don't expect the Lamborghini to do the work for you. You still have to do that interview and then get the job by leading with your mindset first. That is simply just the rule of life. And if you do happen to get that job and you have a shitty mindset, just be careful, because then you might just have a person that may not be attracted to you and just there for whatever you can provide in terms of a lifestyle. So to wrap it up, does owning a Lamborghini change how women treat you? Yes, you're probably going to get more noticed. You're going to get more opportunities. Your social media might get more attention, and the car can definitely be a conversation starter, but that's it. Does Lamborghini suddenly give you some more insane dating life? Absolutely not, because the biggest thing I've learned is that a Lamborghini can get someone's attention, but it can't make them attracted to you. That part is still on you. If you can do it with the Honda Civic, you could do it with the Lamborghini, and honestly, that's probably a good thing. Let me know what you guys thought about this video. If you all had any questions, drop it down below. If you wanted me to do another video about another topic, feel free to let me know. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all for the next one.